Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Till Death Was Part. We are back again. Today is Monday, everybody. Hello, hello. We are a little bit behind schedule. Just wanted to come on, tell y'all, hey, y'all chime in. Let us know you're watching. Let us know that you can see us, you can hear us. Waiting for my co-host to get in here. As you come in, tag, share. Let somebody know about the Till Death Do Us Part. Come on in. Like, tag, share as you come in. Hey, everybody. Hey, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Greetings, salutations to everybody.
Hello,
Hey,
hello,
y'all.
hello.
Come on in. Come on in. We got somebody coming in now.
Good to
Hey,
see.
introduce yourself. Let us know you're watching. Hey,
Hello.
Sherry. Blessings to you, love. Blessings, blessings.
When y'all come in, just say hello so we know who's on. Make sure everybody can hear us. Please excuse my finger. I'm so used to doing that. Hello to everyone.
We got a hot topic for y'all tonight. Y'all stick around, engage in the comments. Let us know your feedback, your thoughts. I'm sure you all read the topic, so it's a very intriguing topic today. So
Please
we'll see how it
share.
goes.
Please share.
We'll see. Sherry, Songbird Sherry. Hey girl, you probably preparing for a wedding or some type of gig you got going on.
So we actually screaming from two separate platforms on today. So if y'all see my eyes drift from one place to the next, I'm just looking into the other platforms and whatnot. We're actually streaming live on YouTube today for the first time, so that's good for us. Y'all go ahead and share. We're gonna give people some time to come in. Birthday concert.
Oh yeah, I figured. Okay, wow. Your birthday concert, Sherry? I thought, yeah, I don't know why I feel like your birthday was in August. You know how when people we went to school with, we still know their birthdays, their birthday months anyway. Yeah. You're doing great things, Sherry. Keep up the good work. Soror.
So we need to come through.
Yeah.
Send us the info.
Yes, yes.
Club 40.
Yes. The Lord did his thing.
Y'all go ahead and
Allowed
share.
us to keep on keeping on.
Tag some people, put their name in the comments, all of that good stuff. Let them know we are on, we are back. I was going to send out the flyer and let everybody know that we was coming back on tonight, but I kind of just wanted to do a spontaneous pop-up. We've been going back and forth with whether we was coming back tonight or not, but last week we decided to come back. Yeah. So tonight we're going to do this topic. We haven't done this topic at all, and that's crazy because over the course of the years, we have done so many topics, but this topic is going to be interesting, because it does happen. It does happen, So, yeah, we're going to give some people a chance to get in here before we actually go into what we're going into.
Yeah. Share this real quick as you all come in. Share it, yes, the 20th. And see, it's so funny how, people that we went to school with, I still remember, because we were a small school, but we were really close, we were really close. And so we know a lot of each other's important dates and things like that.
I see
so
we got, somebody just dropped out. Somebody came in, but somebody dropped out.
Yeah.
So y'all come in. We're going to get into this real quick. I knew I should have went and did you share it with the group? Okay. Yeah. So we on tonight. We going in.
Yeah.
We just waiting on some people to come in, so we won't be in here talking by ourselves.
Because we can talk by ourselves now.
Yep, and private too. In private. Yeah. You gonna be a part of the show, or you ain't gonna hear this conversation. You gotta get in here.
Hey, Latoya. Hey, family. How you doing, girl? Thank you for watching. Real quick, as you guys come in, please share this. Please share. Till death do us part. Hashtag TDDUP. Till death do us part as you come in.
Right, right.
Very interesting topic that I think a lot of us can
Right.
either relate to. Either we have witnessed this firsthand or
know somebody who went
yeah,
through it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all share this real quick.
And
We're just
another
trying to
thing
help
too,
the people as we help ourselves. That's all.
right. Another thing also, as you come in, just let us know you're watching. Say hello. You know, we always looking for first time viewers. Sometimes we go to the comments to decide the giveaways that we're gonna do and prizes and things like that. So interact with us. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
And those of you watching on YouTube too, also same thing. Interact. Say hello when you come in. Let us know you're watching.
Yeah. Let us know. Give us some energy. Give us some feedback. Say, hey, how was your day today?
Right.
It's,
So we're going to go ahead and pray real quick. God, we thank you for allowing us to be here yet again on another Till Death Do Us Part podcast. God, we ask that you would send those who need to hear the things that we're going to be talking about. We ask that when they hear that it elevates them to another level in you and another level in relationships as a whole, oh God. We ask that love and unity be shared abroad throughout this world as we forever patiently wait until the day that we are transformed into what we will become. God, we ask now that everything that we say be taken out of love and that you do not allow the enemy and the powers that be to try to intercept what we're doing here on tonight. And we will forever give your name the praise, the glory, and the honor. In Christ's name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Hey, y'all.
Hello,
Those
once
of you
again,
that,
Till
that just
Death Do Us
joined.
Part. Let me just go ahead and break the ice real quick. They had a baby on me. And I need some help. I don't know what I'm going to do about this situation, but my significant other went behind my back and had a baby on me. If you have ever experienced something like that, give us a thumbs up or something. Let us know what's going on before we dive into this conversation. Let's get into it. Don't y'all get scared of this conversation now. Don't y'all get scared of this conversation. You know, don't get scared. It happens. Yeah. Thank God, that it never happened to me yet. But yeah, so what do you do? What do some of you guys suggest if you're in a relationship with someone and that person cheats on you or go and sleep with somebody else and that person turns up pregnant or ends up getting pregnant by the person that you're with? And then to the fellas out there, what do you do if your significant other goes out there and cheat and she comes back home with a baby that isn't yours? What do you do? What do you do when you've done all you can and it seems like it's never enough? Well, Donnie McKirkland said it best. You better stand. But no, seriously, guys, I want to know, what will you do? What's some of the things? What? It's easy for people to say, "Oh, I'm gone. I'm gone. If they have a baby on me, I'm out." Yeah. It's easy to say that, but in reality, sometimes it's not always that easy to do it. So we just wanted to bring this topic to light to see, what some people views on it. And actually, I had someone request that I do this topic. And when they asked, I was like, wow, we never did that topic. So if anybody knows the mother of my godchild, Miss Shalisa, can you please tag her and let her know? Nika, can you text her and tell her we are on? Yes. So we are definitely going to dig into this tonight. I'm a loving hip hop fan. I like watching the show. Rashida and Kirk are like one of my favorite couples to watch on the show, just basically because of, one, how they are a power couple, but they do and did have had weak moments. And in one of those weak moments, Kirk got somebody else pregnant, brought her a baby, and everybody was looking at her like, oh, it's time to leave.
Yeah.
I always found Rashida to be pretty, sexy, but I never found her attractive until I seen the power, the strength, and determination it took for her to be in the public eye and still say, I know what y'all think I should do, but I'm going to do what I want to do. And she stood flat footed and she took care of a child, still taking care of a child that her husband had outside of the marriage on her. And I'm not saying this to enable men to do things like this or to condone what he did. What he did is for another day, but I'm more focused on what she did. And what she did was nothing less of a miracle, nothing less of godlike, nothing less of strong, powerful, self-made, boss lady type stuff, like she liked to call herself boss lady. That was a boss move. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's an everyday process that she got to go through. You want to say anything about that?
Yeah. No, I mean, in general, and then not only that, being in the public eye, that's a pressure all by itself,
Right.
So not only did she have to deal with this happening personally, but it happening in the public eye, where everybody knows your business, everybody knows the details, people spreading rumors about things that you haven't even learned about yet. So she had like a tremendous amount of pressure. But she had to bring it home and lean on the foundation of her relationship, which was that she had decided to stick it out.
Right.
She's decided to stick it out. And
Yeah.
so I know that's something that's very hard for a woman or a man to do,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, what do you do? First and foremost, the number one thing, as far as whenever you're dealing with anything in your relationship, the less people you get involved and the less voices you have in your ear, the easier it would be for you to navigate through your own issues and your own thoughts and your own emotions, and to arrive to a place that benefits you. Arrive to a place that you can solely say, this is what I decided to do. You know what I mean? And oftentimes, I found that most issues in relationships is really not the issues of the people that's in the relationship.
Yeah.
It's the people's reaction to those who let inside their relationship who was not committed to the relationship, So, so y'all give me some thoughts. What's up, bro? Kev, I see
Hey,
you
Kevin.
in here. Kev, I see you in here.
Hey.
So let's talk about it. I got me one of my homeboys in here, my brother in here. Kev, just talk about it. And Kev, be on your best behavior, all right? I'm just going to put that out there, okay? Be on your best behavior. Brother Calvin Brown Jr.
Greetings.
Good to see you. I think
Thank
that
you for
is
watching.
okay. What's up? Yeah, that's Overseer. How you doing, sir? So topic tonight is she had a baby on me. She had a baby on me outside of my marriage or my relationship. I need help.
Yeah.
Right? So, and we're talking about it from both aspects. We're talking about it as if the woman came home with a baby that wasn't the man's, if the man came home with a baby that wasn't the woman's,
Yeah.
So, guys, since I got a couple of fellas in here, if you were in a long-term relationship or marriage and you're in this marriage or this relationship and your significant other, if it's the woman, she gets pregnant by somebody else, and then you find out later on that the child that you thought was yours really wasn't yours, or she tell you out the gate, hey, baby, look, I'm pregnant and it ain't yours, but I still want to be with you. Is that a deal breaker? Do you automatically leave, and why? And women, vice versa. If your man come to you and he tell you, hey, look, I got to tell you some bad news.
Yeah.
I got to tell you that I'm having a baby by someone that I don't know. I barely even knew. And then you just be like, it's going to burn for me to say this, but it's coming from my heart. It's been a long time coming. But seriously, so fellas, what do you do in that case and why? And women, what do you do in that case and why? Do you leave? Now, I'm not talking about if you just started dating them 3 months in, 6 months in, you know what I mean? That's, to me, that should be easy. But I'm talking about, let's say you've been married for years or you've been in a relationship for years and this happens. Do you bounce or do you stay? And please let me know why. Please let me know why. Pastor Knight,
Yeah.
good to see
Hey,
you,
Pastor
brother.
Knight. Yeah, let us know. Let us
Chime in.
know.
I want to hear from
your-
some of the seasoned people as well. What do you do? They have a baby on you, and it's not yours, of course. Do you stay or do you leave? And why? So again, I want to repeat this again, fellas. If you find out that a baby is not yours, and you've been in the marriage for a while, you've been in a relationship for a while, you love them, you're attached to them, do you leave? Is that an instant deal breaker, or do you stay? And ladies, if you find out that they had a baby by another woman, do you leave or do you stay? Is that a deal breaker? Let me know. Let me know. Hello, sister. My sister says she tried to stay. Lord have mercy. What happens when you try, and it just does not seem to work? One thing I found out too, also with problems in relationships, is oftentimes the thing that people leave for is not the thing that happened. And what I mean by that is oftentimes, hey, momster.
Good evening. Good evening.
Oftentimes, what happens is there was already issues before the thing that made you leave. And you were contemplating leaving before, I guess if you want to call it the straw that broke the camel's back. But if you really pull back the layers, you would find out that most of the time, the thing that made people exit was just the icing on the cake. The cake is what was going on before you put the icing on it. Yeah. So, another thing too is, what we oftentimes see is people are more vocal about when a man has a baby outside versus when a woman does it, you know? So that's why I would really love to hear the opinions of our men. You want to say something?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to say, I wanted to read some of the comments. Carol said that that it hurts when that happens. You know, I wanted to get some of their feedback. She said it hurts, and she said she tried to stay. So I would like to know what that felt like. You know, let us know, Yvette, if you can, like what that felt like, and at what point did you decide that you couldn't stay any longer? Why did you, first of all, why did you decide that you wanted to try to stay? You know, a lot of times when things like this happen, the woman, in the woman's case, they will immediately say, oh, I'm not going to deal with this. I can't believe you did that to me, you know, XYZ. But you said you tried to stay. So what was it about your relationship that you felt, or this circumstance that you felt you was able, or you had the strength to stay? And you said you tried, so I'm assuming that you didn't stay. So, you know, what happened that made you choose to try to stay?
And first and foremost, let's ask this question too, if you don't mind. Were you the one that had the baby, or was, because I want the audiences to know what angle we coming from, or was the other person the one that had the baby? So the audience can know exactly what angle you're coming from. Because again, too, guys, the things that's happening in these comments, it literally helps when people read the comments and hear your point of view and where you're coming from. So even us ourselves, we learned a lot from reading the comments as well.
Yeah. My Angela said, I agree that it will be the one for better or worse.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those better for worse.
Now, some people might say that's the worst. And I think it just depends on who it is and their perspective of what worse is. Worse might not be a baby on me, but it might be for you.
Right.
You know? So it just depends.
Yeah. If anybody has a story that they want to come and be added to this live and share that story, you can do that as well. If anybody wants to do that as well, let us know. We will add you in. We'll let you share your story, because I know there's a lot that can't be typed inside of the comments and stuff, or it might be easier or quicker to just come on and share it live. So if you want to, that'll be awesome. That'll be great. For me, just thinking right now off the top of my head, again, never been in that situation or whatever, but just thinking off the top of my head, if that was to happen to me, I think that the only thing that could have made me think about leaving back before I really knew who I was the pressure of an image that I needed to uphold with people on the outside of my relationship that would have drove me or forced me to have to do XYZ. You know what I mean? And I found out that two things. A lot of people stay in bad relationships because of an image that they put out to other people.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people leave good relationships because of an image that they're trying to uphold, for a lot of people. Like, for example, people, they create this lifestyle in the image of other people to make them think that everything is great. And then when everything is really bad, they stay in a bad situation because they want to continue to keep up this false facade of everything is great. You know what I mean? And then some people walk away from a good situation that just happened to fall on rough times. They walk away from a good situation because now they're worrying about people calling them stupid for staying.
Yeah.
People calling them stupid because people tend to only like to remember or know the bad things about people. You know what I mean? And when they know a bad thing about you, they'll hold on to it and they'll project your whole entire life and image based on that bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're not careful, you would dismiss yourself from a good thing, trying to uphold a relationship or connection or approval from people who only can remember the bad thing. Yeah. Meanwhile, you know how good the person in that relationship is. You know how this is just a bad time and it's not a bad relationship, so those things like that. Just wanted to share that. So let's dig back into some more of these comments. I see Brother Kev said, I'ma stay, especially if we've been together for a while. I was the adopted / outside child. Now, if she bring me HIV or something, oh Lord,
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Oh man, listen, man. Not only am I out of here physically, but I'm taking both of us out. Believe that. That's on God. It's like, I'm just playing. But that's a whole nother topic in itself. That's a whole nother topic in itself. Yeah. But thanks for sharing, Kev. Thanks for sharing.
I know, Kevin, like you said, you having firsthand experience being the child that was outside. So you was the child that was the adopted or the child that wasn't reared up with the rest of the family. So, and like David said, that's another topic too. But that's a whole nother issue, if a mother or a family decided to keep the child involved with the family and and love on that child, does that child feel like a stepchild, so to speak,
right,
or whatever?
Right.
But so Kevin said even if they've been together for a while, he will stay.
Okay.
He will stay.
So now here, for me, I don't want to put it into a place to where it determines whether it has to be a length of time or that, makes it justifiable in staying or leaving. I think the justifying of staying or leaving determines on how happy were you in the relationship before that happened. You know what I mean? Because if I'm already not happy at the slightest thing that gives me an opportunity to exit, then that's going to be my scapegoat. You know what I mean? But if I'm happy and then something bad happens, that's where the struggle becomes for real.
Yeah.
Because now you have to fight like, man, he messed up, but oh my goodness, before this mess up, he was so good. You know what I mean? And am I willing to throw away years of good for a moment of mess ups, even though the moment of mess up might have brought about a lifetime of responsibility, Let me read some more of these comments. I'm gonna give y'all my full take on it in a second. We are going to give our full take on a second.
Yeah. That was it. The last one was what Kevin said. That he said he will stay. He said he will stay, and like you said, I think it depends on the dynamic of the relationship. If your relationship is worth building and working upon, and salvaging, because that will be traumatic for a couple to go through. You building a family or have a family with your significant other or not, and then probably especially if not, you know, that may have a harder blow. You know, because I think it was another young lady who was in a relationship. She was trying to conceive, couldn't conceive, but he went and had children with someone else. You know, so that took a whole.
Now that's
you
tough.
know,
That's
yeah,
tough right there.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
tough.
You know, the one thing I tried to give you and couldn't, you got it with someone else. You know,
Right.
but yeah, it just depends on the dynamic of the relationship.
But now check this out too, because I'm glad that you said that, right? The one thing that I tried to give you, but I couldn't, you went and got it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right? So now, here's the thing. For me now, this is just me.
Yeah.
Women, don't kill me and don't try to cancel me. Where is the level of, I'm just asking, I'm not saying it should be, but where is the level of, I'm glad you were able to get something that you want, even though I wasn't the one that was able to give it to you.
Ain't
I
there
know,
yet.
that's what I'm saying. I know that's tough. That's tough. I'm not saying that's just how it's supposed to be. I'm just asking. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people say this, you know what I mean? But until you really experience it, you really don't know what it really is. But I can honestly say that I love this woman enough to where if I can't give her something that she really want, and she want to get it from somebody else or from somewhere else, I'm not going to hold her back. Regardless of how disappointed I'm going to be, regardless of how I might feel less than or whatever the case may be, I love her that much to allow her to go and get whatever it is I can't give her. You know what I mean? That's why every so often we have check-ins, and I check in with her and be like, am I still it for you? Am I still doing everything and being this and being that for you? Am I still, you know, am I still your him? You know, I just asked her this the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you know, do I still do everything right? Am I still satisfying you on every level? You know what I mean? Because the truth of the matter is, that's what I want. You know what I mean? That's, as men, I believe us as men, we thrive on knowing, or we should thrive on knowing that we're pleasing the person that we're with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me get into some more of these comments real quick.
Angela said, that's the one deal breaker for me. The thought of my husband planting his bloodline seed in the womb of another woman would break me beyond repair. That creation would be a lifelong bond between him and someone other than me. She would have unlimited access to him because of the child, regardless of whether the child needs him or not. Just because he carelessly gave something that is supposed to only be given to me. I just couldn't.
Well, the Bible says, the Bible says,
a good comment.
Nah, that was a good comment. But see, and that's, again, this goes back to society and the times that we live in and things like that. Because truth be told, y'all, the Bible, in which I do believe to be written by men that were under the inspiration of God. And a lot of people swear by this Bible, and a lot of people really uphold this Bible as being their God. In that same Bible, God gave men several wives. Yeah. In that same Bible, God allowed men to have babies by several different women in that Bible and blessed them and called that person blessed. You know what I mean? But now I'm not saying, you know, because I learned the other day, not the other day, not too long ago, somebody made a statement and they said, you know, sometimes doing what's right doesn't always mean doing what's best. You know, and even though certain things are permissible, it might not be the best thing to do. So in this era right now, especially with the cost of living raising, and when it comes down to children, men really have minimal rights. The mother, for whatever reason, get all the rights. So child support would be crazy. So even if it was permissible to have kids all over the world and whatever, it wouldn't be wise. But I'm just saying, just like what I said earlier, that at what point do we start saying to ourselves, is the issue of the matter really about me or what they did versus the outside influence? You know, me personally, I don't think that just because you have a child with someone, that gives you unlimited access to them. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. I don't care who you are. You do not. My wife is the only person in this world that has, and my mother don't even have unlimited access to me. My wife is the only person in this world that has unlimited access to me. So, and now that's me. And here's just to help some of you women out. My fellas gonna hate me. If you should, fellas, if you just should happen to have a baby outside of your relationship, stop making it seem like you really have to talk to the baby moms. You really don't. Like, there is ways to still communicate to them effectively and still provide the need for your child without having to deal with the mother. And if we being real, fellas, don't hate me. If we being real, oftentimes when you see they have to have the need to communicate with the baby mom, so to speak, or whatever, it's because that if that window ever opens some kind of way, they gon' that's just, can I just be truthful? But anyways, go ahead. We're gonna get back to some of these comments. You want to chime in on this?
Yeah, do I have time? I mean, can I?
Oh,
can
no,
I,
no, you're
can
not
I-
going to
is
do
it-
me.
is
You're
it-
not
I
going to do me
mean-
like that. You wasn't
okay.
saying nothing.
Well, how could I?
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Well, thank
Hey,
you. I agree, and I respect your opinion.
Ma, you see how she do me? Go ahead.
I respect your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I think just like every other relationship, it just depends on the person and what that person can handle. Because, you know, some people may feel like they have to have unlimited access to a child's mother in order to have a relationship with a child. You know, because this is the whole life we're talking about, you know?
Right.
So if I have a child over here or across town or in another state or whatever, that man may feel like he has to be in relationship with the mother and also in the child limitlessly.
I mean, yeah,
that
of
may
course.
be, yeah.
Of course, they may
So,
feel like that, but just
that's
because
not a
they feel
requirement.
like that,
I mean, you don't have to do that, but-
and I just said my opinion.
Yeah.
That no, that's a lie. You don't have to. You don't have to communicate or talk to the child's mother just to take care of your child. And if the mother doesn't want no drama, no, let me tell you why. If like for instance, right? Let's say for instance, God forbid, something happened between me and you. We're not together no more, or whatever the case may be. Two things that I know I got on my side. One, my children not gonna let you get in between me and their relationship, and I know for sure Grandma B not gonna let you get in between me and their relationship. So if I'm not trying to be in your business and start stuff with you, and you not trying to be in my business and start stuff with me, because me and your mother has established like such a wonderful relationship, I don't have to talk to you. I can just talk to your mama and
Right.
whatever it is I need for my kids or whatever, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Now, if you really want to keep the peace, fellas and women, there is somebody that you guys can designate that you both trust, that you both rely on. And sure, I hear somebody saying, well, that person was with us when we laid down and made the baby and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. That's all well and good. But at the end of the day, if this is about the sake of the child and we can find somebody that can mediate so we don't have to deal with each other, I think that especially for those of us who did it outside of our marriages or outside of our relationship, I think that the truth of the matter is you can find somebody that you can mediate with, and it don't always have to be the courts. You can find somebody that you can mediate with, and that child can be taken care of without you even ever having to talk to the mother or father. You know what I mean? Again, that's just my opinion. Try it. I guarantee you it'll work.
Try it.
Try it. Try it. That's all I can say.
Brandon said, I'm throwing the whole relationship away. So Brandon's like, look, that is just a lot. We're going to cut our losses and we're going to go in our separate direction. Some people just can't take that type of, you know, especially if you didn't sign up for that. Some people have deal breakers. Like, this is okay. I will never be like, I had a couple of deal breakers before you and I got married. You know, I would never, well, actually before we started dating, I would
Notice
never
she said had. Because once she
Yeah.
had this good loving, all those deal breakers went
Yeah,
out the
so
door.
I always said that I would never be with someone who had children before. I always said that, you know, before you and I got together, you know. But then you sometimes you say that what you won't do, and then you end up being in that situation for whatever reason, you know. But some people have these standards that. Some people have these standards where they're saying, okay, if you have a child on me or if you cheat on me, period, that's it. I'm out. I'm done. Some people have low tolerance for certain things. So it just depends on a person. Yvette said some women use the child to keep them, like to keep them in.
To try to keep them in like that is so true. Lord have
Use them
mercy,
as a weapon or
that is
as
true.
bait. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. I
And that was a rough patch for us too. Me and guys, I had my daughter before we got married, just so y'all know. But we could be transparent on another topic, but on another day. But yeah. So, anyways, long story short, had my daughter, and that was our challenging times to try to navigate, through me having that daughter, and some of the things we had to learn and grow from and grow into, and things of that nature. And to be honest, I didn't think we was gonna make it. I really didn't. I didn't think we was gonna make it because the strain of it was just too much.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until we decided, especially me, that Angela, you can't hear. She said she can't hear anything. So
Is it us?
can y'all hear
Mic
us?
right there? Oh no,
No,
yeah, our boy was
we should be good.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think her kids might
Yeah,
be giving
we
her the
good.
devil
Oh.
right now. So, anyways, struggling time, trying times, and it wasn't until, fellas, hear me good. It wasn't until I said, my wife is coming first. My wife is coming first. Even though I had my daughter first, my wife is coming first, and I had to make that decision, and it wasn't a decision coming from a place of being selfish. It came a decision from coming from a place of being one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my wife was never trying to divide me and my daughter, or divide me in that relationship with her. So sometimes you got to use process of elimination. You know what I mean? What is the hindrance? You know what I mean? Because the truth of the matter is, if the person you're with is not the hindrance, then you need to stand front with who's going to be there when the smoke clears.
Yeah.
Even my children that's here in this house.
Yeah.
I can get more children. I can't get another her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my children are unique in their own way. But at the end of the day, everything in my world still revolves and starts with her. Fellas, let me tell you something real quick. If you do not have a woman that makes you feel like your world is your whole entire, if you don't have a woman that makes you feel like, man, I can't even put it into words, almost makes you feel God-like. It makes you feel like everything that God has for you, it comes when you and this woman come together. If you don't have a woman that makes you feel like you can be Superman, you can take on the world, like God favors you, God loves you, she empowers you to do more, be more, go more. If you don't have that, whatever woman you with right now, if you don't have that, get up and leave. Get up and leave, because you will never fully be able to fully be able to even evolve into the man that you should be. Because if you can't find that, then you're not going to treat what you have like it's that. And the only way you can have an effective relationship is you have to treat the woman that you're in that relationship with as if she's a gift from God. And when you got her, you got favor from God.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to drop that nugget real quick. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody else said they having hearing problems too.
Yeah. It's good now.
Are we good now? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, a lot, especially in relationships of color. Like, we like to keep quiet these issues like this, of especially like back in the day, like, in the day of my grandmother and things like that, oh, well, they stepped out, had a child, but we're not going to talk about it in the family because now everybody's going to look at us like, oh, he did this to you, and it, and now you're going to give the family a bad name and stuff like that,
right.
So we kept things secret. And I think if we have more transparency in relationships, things like this can be handled efficiently, and it won't be so much of a strain. It's a bad thing by itself, but I think we can heal from it if we be transparent about it, you know?
Right.
And a lot of times it's not about the result of the problem that is the problem. It's the reason for the problem that caused a problem. That's a problem.
That's right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. For some of you who didn't understand that language that she was talking just now, let me break it down to you. It's kind of Nika-ish real quick. Let me break it down. What she's saying is, whatever the results of something bad you did or something wrong that you have done in your relationship, the truth of the matter is that's just the smoke. That's not really the fire. The fire's been burning for a long time. The smoke is just the after effect of what the fire has caused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you said something about not being transparent, about the certain things, in our culture or whatever. And one of the things that I was just sitting here thinking is about how when we had a close call, and I don't believe you shared it with anybody. If I mean, can I talk about what I did? And okay.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Oh, well, anyways, we try. Y'all know we transparent on this show. I just want to make sure because certain things, that we've been through it together. You know what I mean? We've been through it together, so I got to make sure it's okay with her for me to talk about it. Well, anyways, 3 years into our marriage, I got somebody else pregnant. And God, I don't even know if I told my mother this. I hope she's not on it. So 3 years into our marriage, y'all, you gotta love this place. 3 years into our marriage, I got somebody else pregnant, and I told her. I didn't wait on the baby to come, none of that stuff like that or whatever. I really literally told her, hey, look, this is what's going on. And I'm not going to go deep into that. We'll use that for another topic, for another show. But I said that to say this because I wanted to ask you, did you tell anybody? Who did you tell so I know who to kill?
No.
And why, okay. And why did you not tell nobody? Can talk to the people. Bless the people and let them know why. I don't know, guys. Like I said, I don't know why she didn't tell nobody. But go ahead.
Honestly, because this is one something I've discovered. Sometimes for women and for myself, we only tell people things to get either a reaction out of them, get their advice, get an opinion, or get an influence from another individual. That's why we share stuff with people, to get insight from them.
Right.
Well, in that situation, I didn't need an opinion. I didn't need an influence. I didn't need insight. I didn't need anything from the outside. So I didn't reach to the outside because that's not what I wanted.
Right, right.
So, I mean.
That is wisdom.
Yeah.
That is so wisdom.
I didn't want that. And, so I just chose not to.
What we're talking about, she don't even know what you're about to say. So how
she can say,
yeah.
I know, I know what he's about to say.
Hey,
I know what he said.
you know what's
I knew
funny,
when he was
though?
thinking it, what he was about to say.
Yeah, right. But listen, here's the funny thing though. Like, I would like, he already know, like, my brother done messed up so many times. She probably don't even know.
When I didn't agree to the
she probably don't even know what he about to say. Just say whatever. Ain't no telling what this boy gonna say. But this is the crazy thing, right? Because this is why I want you to help the people. Because you said, and y'all gotta hear what she said. Y'all listen to hear. So when y'all hear me talk about how much I love this woman, I learned so much from her. Do you hear me? I often say that one of the number one ways that I know that God exists is by the woman that He gave me. And that's no cap, y'all. I can't even front on that. But notice what she said. She said at that time, she didn't need no outside influences. She didn't need no outside advice. She knew that this was a situation and a decision that she was going to have to make on her own she needed to live and die with this decision, and she couldn't be influenced by nobody else. And that's powerful. How often can we say as adults, forget about men and women, forget about even being in a relationship, when you can say, I'm going to go after this thing so strong, I'm going to go after it so hard to the point to where I don't even got to ask for nobody permission to do it. I'm just going to jump up and go do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's
fellas.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you're right, and that's with a lot of situations and decisions. We look for people to call and ask for their opinions when we're unsure what we want to do, so we want a reason to lean to the left or the right even more, you know.
Right.
But when I'm gonna make a really hard and tough decision and my mind is made up, I don't ask anybody. Like, I always just do it. I do it, and then I tell you about it after it's done.
Yeah, she ain't lying.
You know, we gotta be like that.
Man, listen. But wait, hold up. Now, sometimes,
because
her being like that has cost us a lot of money. A lot.
I just do it. But no, you have to, be wise in that. But and use that cautiously.
Right.
But I think it works for me.
I think you did it that time. I thank you for doing it that time, because if you had not done it that time, now Kev trying to be nosy. No, it was not in Blackstone. I was good. I was well over that by that time. Kev, I told you to be good.
He might be talking about himself.
No, it ain't. Asking me when somebody was. I said 3 years into our marriage. When we was in Blackstone, we was almost like 10 years in.
What?
He said the baby would have cost me even more. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Oh, well, let me get to the end of this now, just so y'all don't think I have another child out there or whatever. The girl had a miscarriage. She had a miscarriage. But let me say this though. I told Nika
So she
about
say.
it.
No, just kidding.
I told Nika about it because, fellas, hear me good. Hear me good. When you really want something real, you want to tell the truth. When you want something fake, you're going to lie. So when you lie, expect to get something fake. When you tell the truth, expect to get something real. Hear me good, fella. If y'all work this stuff, I promise you, y'all have the best relationship or find the best relationship. I told her about it is because I did not want my marriage to be based on a lie. And because for the first 3 years, even before the 3 years before we even got married, I pride myself on the truth and telling her the truth. I wanted to keep that going because whatever you lay your foundation on, that's as strong as everything else is going to be. And if your foundation is the truth, then whatever it is you do on top of the truth, you can live with whatever is built on top of that.
Yeah.
And you can tear it down when you mess up if you keep on telling the truth. And even if the truth is there's nothing left to build no more, at least you know whatever it is you do build, you built it on the truth. You know what I mean? So now here she is. Oh, y'all, this topic gets really deeper because she was pregnant with her first child at the time that I told her. So, which is our first child together. So, anyways, I told her because one, I didn't know if that would have altered her decision on whether or not she want to have the child. And I didn't want to make her have a child under the pretense that I had no outside baby. So I had to tell her for that reason. I had to tell her because I wanted to be able to look my child in her in the face and say that I did what I was supposed to do as a man. I wanted to tell her the truth because when you can tell somebody that you messed up, even if the mess up is so bad to where you jeopardize them leaving you or losing them or whatever the case may be, and they still stay, you know the level of love and the level of, I can't even explain it, that pushes you to, if you are a man or if you want to become a man, that pushes you to a place where you're compelled to not make the same mistake, where you're compelled to always give them the truth, and so forth and so on. So fellas, again, try practicing the truth. You know what I mean? The truth will help you find the right one. Even if the truth get your car keyed up, get your tires flat, get your windows bust out, all of that stuff, it will eventually get you to the person that you're supposed to be with. You know what I mean? And all relationships should be based on the truth. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, that's a whole nother topic for another day.
Yeah, so Kevin cleared that up. He said that he was talking about himself. Remember when he talked about it was a close call? He said it was a close call in Blackstone. He's talking about himself.
Oh, for him. He told you that's what he's talking about?
He said that he was talking about himself. Yeah. So thank you for clearing that up.
Hey, cousin Margaret.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks, Kev, for clearing that up, because I was about to say, boy.
Coming in, those of you that's just joining us.
I was a wild boy in Blackstone, but not that wild. Go ahead.
We're just talking about, different situations and scenarios. If your significant other stepped out and had a baby on you, how would you respond? How would you react? Would you stay? Would you leave? Are you unsure what you would do? Mm-hmm. And so far, some people said they'll stay. Some people say they'll stay. Kevin said he'll stay depending on the length of the relationship. Carol said that she tried staying in her relationship, but it didn't work, Yeah. So what would you do in a situation? And obviously that is out of your control. You can't change the situation.
Right.
Of what happened. So would you throw away your relationship, and say, this is a deal breaker for me? Or would you work it out?
I'm not telling nothing that she can't prove. And you want to know what's crazy? Because again, I never made that same mistake again, ever. You know what I mean? I pray to God that he keeps on gracing me with the wisdom and the love and the everything else that will prevent me from ever doing something. Not like I tried to do it before, but you know what causes it. So I pray he keeps me, you know, from doing that type of stuff. Pray for your boy. It's hard out here for a pimp. So,
Margaret said it's a deal breaker for her.
Deal breaker. Yeah, some people, you know, it's just they just.
I wonder how many of us would say that, right, and not be in that situation. But if we were to get in that situation, would we change our mind?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was you back in the day and you did that to me, I would have left. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't have stayed. I couldn't. I couldn't. I wouldn't have been able to do it. So
yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's a deal breaker for me.
You want to know something? I don't think
that's a deal breaker for me.
No. Infidelity is not a deal breaker. Like if you was sleep with somebody else or whatever, like that's not a deal breaker. But like I said back then, one, you know how the process and everything you had to do to even get me to say yes to having a baby. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, the baby that I think that we are having, let's say if it turned out to be somebody else's, like it would have been a sense of relief. And then at the same time, it might have been a sense of, oh, well, we ain't really get started yet. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to let her go ahead and do what she got to do. But now, you can come home with quadruplets that ain't mine. And I'm going to be like, I'm filing them on my taxes, too. And you ain't getting none of the money. You ain't getting not a dime. Now, that's now. But back then, yeah, I would have been gone. So thank you again so much.
You're welcome, babe.
So much for staying with me over these years. I promise you, the Lord gonna bless you real good.
Angela said it's a deal breaker for me, but God may say otherwise. That's a whole nother thing, right? Sometimes we have our standards. Mm-hmm. We have our exceptions. We have things that we won't let the guard down for. But if God tells us to stay, you know, then if our desire is to please God, and if God requires for us to stay, then he must be gonna make it all right.
Okay, well let me say this now. Be honest, because I remember last time when I asked you about over the years after the baby and stuff, you said that God had a lot to do with why you stayed or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Did God have anything to do with why you stayed back then? Or you made a boss decision after 3 years and a baby?
Oh. I don't think so. No, because I don't think I was even at that point. It was easy.
She ain't had it like the Bible say back then.
It was easy for me to leave then.
She been a sinner.
It was easy for me to leave then, but when it got difficult for me to leave, that's when I think I started seeking
leaning on God.
Yeah. So it was easy for me to leave, but I was like, So,
but you stayed because.
I don't know why.
She just hate to say she stayed because of me.
I don't know.
It's okay I can't
tell
the people that I'm that
I guess so. Yeah. I stayed because why else would I stay?
You ain't stay for the baby.
I stayed because of
you. Well, I mean, I ain't trying to force you into saying that, but it's okay to say it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. So no, what thing made me lose my train of thought? Yeah. So a lot of times, and I want to say this, you know, and again, transparent moment. Yeah, we all human, right? But let's say, for instance, back then, you know, she would have got pregnant and it wouldn't have been my child. I would have just had to disobey God. You know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe your pastor might not tell you this in church. Maybe, you know, you never heard a pastor or a preacher say this or whatever. But we're human, and sometimes we don't always do what God tells us to do. You know what I mean? So my thing is, oftentimes people try, especially, you know, believers, they try to throw God into situations that they want to remove themselves from being responsible for. You know what I mean? That way, if anything goes wrong, they can just say, oh, well, the Lord this or the Lord that, or, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. When the truth of the matter is, and this is how I, you know, for me personally, I sometimes, you can tell when people picking and choosing where they want to throw God at. You know what I mean? So it really kind of, whenever I hear a person say, oh, I did this, something that's, should be your character, you know, versus your spirituality, so to speak. Oh, I did this, or I wouldn't do this because I don't think God will like that. But then when it's something that you want them to do, they don't do it. And I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me that you can obey God when God tells you X, Y, Z, but you can't obey God Like, don't pick and choose
Yeah.
when you want to say God said, because I'm not staying with a woman that had a baby on me because God said, but I can't just only sleep with that one woman because God said. You know what I mean? So that's the thing.
Well, that's their battle with God. But you're saying don't obey. You're saying don't obey God for one thing, but not obey Him for everything.
Like,
That's
for
basically what
example,
you're saying.
right? Let's say, for instance, if God says thou should not lie, right? Okay. But if I know a person lying all the time, right? And then I tell them and say, hey, you know what? I want you to go with me to the Jodeci concert. Oh, I can't go to the Jodeci concert because I don't think the Lord will like that or whatever. Well, the Lord ain't like you lying either, and that ain't stopped you from doing it. You better come on in here, Casey, say.
But some things have
And
a
had Devontae
greater.
say.
Some things have a greater weight than others. So you
No,
can't.
no.
They do.
No.
They do. Okay, if I know if I know that if I'm a recovering addict, right? All right. If I know if I go over here, if I'm around these addicts or whatever, it's going to cause me to slide or whatever. But if I'm lying over here, then I'm good because I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm going to choose the lie over going to the where the
Because
addicts
that's
are
what you want to do. Exactly. So let's stop putting stuff on the Lord. And of course, Mother Angela, we know you agree with Nika. We already know that. We already know
You
that.
have
You
to
don't have
choose.
to put that in the comments. Okay?
Well,
But no, listen. But yeah,
same weight, greater
you
conviction.
do it. Yeah.
That's good.
Like my brother said, no.
Greater conviction.
Greater conviction. No. I got his point of view. I'm not saying he's wrong. But what I am saying is, no, same weight or same sin, whatever. Greater preference.
Okay. Well,
Because
tomato. Like
people,
it's
what?
no.
Yeah, right.
You're okay. Anyway.
Cause see now, no, wait,
let's
listen.
read some of these comments.
All right, go ahead.
That's just no. You know.
See what y'all about to do, and I thought I was going. Thought we
Cousin
were
Margaret
touch and agree
said.
tonight.
Cousin Margaret said, I found out that a former spouse had a whole family 10 years in.
You said what?
She said she had her former spouse had a whole family 10 years in.
Oh wow! Like while y'all y'all was married? Just put it yes or something because I need to know. Like a whole family.
Yeah.
Man, I wish you can come and share that story, man. So a whole family, like wow, that's tough. Convict me. Okay, so all right, now that's true. My Angela said, "Oh man," she said a whole family while y'all was married.
Yeah.
That's wow. And how long did you know about the family before you decided to split? Oh, well, you said it was a deal breaker, so I guess as soon as you found out about the family, you split. Cousin Margaret, clarify that for me, please. If I found out Nika had a whole nother family somewhere, me and the Lord just gonna have to. We're gonna have to have a conversation because I'm gonna walk up in there.
So what are we doing here? Like
boom, yeah. Everybody going loose.
Yeah. What are we really doing?
Yeah, that's a lot. A whole family. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine thinking that he has the other woman and find out you are the other woman.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. Yeah. Angela said, my Angela said, true, talking about God and a relationship and listening to God and certain things. She said, when he has a hold on you, sooner or later, you seek him and he gives you directives. And if you are really sold out, eventually you do it. This is me. I'm in for real. Like,
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. Make this hard decision. I know, it's gonna be rough, Lord, but
yeah, you and that's good. That's a good point, man. Because one thing, it's easy to do something that God tell us to do that we want to do. But what do you do when he tell you to do something that you don't want to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, that's another topic in itself, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, we got more comments.
She said, Cousin Margaret said she tried to stay, but the other family was
too intrusive.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so imagine feel like you being invaded on upon in something you didn't cause. Like y'all coming after me as if I'm the one that caused this issue. That's a whole nother battle to fight.
She said she let her have him. Hold up, y'all. This story getting good. She said she let her have him, and soon as she did, she passed away. And he asked her to come back. Look, cousin Margaret, I guess you said, you ain't gonna kill me. Nope, I'm good on that. I am good on that. But you know, that took strength on her part to even attempt to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man.
10 years into your marriage and you found out he got a whole nother. You wasn't it from the beginning.
Yeah, that you never attempted to stay, man. That you know what? That inspires me to come clean about my family. I got cross town.
Go ahead, then.
Hey, y'all, if I had a family across town, Nika staying or she leaving? Hearts if she staying, thumbs down if she leaving.
What y'all
Everybody can answer except Mom Angela.
If I found out right now that David had a full-blown family
across town, whoever get the right answer get a prize. Thumbs down if she leaving, thumbs up.
KK said, leave.
Daughter.
Get in the car and go.
See how you do me?
And go.
Daughter, you really gonna do that? All right, that's okay. That's why I'm about to block you.
I'll be out.
Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't inbox me.
Elwood said Elwood help me pack my stuff. He'll help me pack. He have that truck. He'll help me pack my stuff.
Okay, talking about go. All right, bet. All right, that's okay. So,
Sherry said the foundation was built on a lie because he had a whole family that was already. Yeah. It was already So he was never even in it anyway from the beginning.
Yeah, man, that is that. So,
but it's people like that though. You know,
it is, man. It is.
They want what
I haven't
they
really
want,
met nobody like that though. Like I never met anybody that literally had a whole family. You know, way over town. Got a gold digger way over town. Man, you know, like you gotta be a bold person, man, to be married, be with someone, and have a whole nother family. How you found the time? You know?
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is let's get these comments. It's time to wrap this thing up.
Yeah. Greedy and selfish. Right, Sherry. Greedy and selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yvette said, Carol said, I let him have her too, and he keep coming back for help. Yeah, like that's like you give them what they want, right? And then they still find them themselves coming back. Like, so what is it?
Yeah. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Now, here's the thing, right? For me, because I never really gave my point of view as far as with whether I'll stay or whether I'll leave. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now I'm staying. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care who the daddies is.
Yeah.
But back then I would have had to leave. The reason why back then I would have had to leave is because one, I did not love you the way I should have loved you. Mm-hmm. Two, I did not know you or myself back then. And like daughter just put in the comments, I was a boy. Mm-hmm. Y'all want to know something for real transparent moment real quick? I think I know I was well over 21, 25. I became a man somewhere around the age of 30-ish. Somewhere around the age of 30. I think I was even 30 when I could say I could look myself in the mirror and say I was a man. So a lot of why I would have left back then versus now is I didn't even know who I was back then. You know what I mean? So it was hard for me to even try to see you in the way that I needed to see you when I couldn't even see myself in that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now moving into where I am right now. Thanks, bro, for helping me feel not too bad. But my brother said he was 42 when he became a man. To that, So you know what I mean? Okay, I hope so what I mean by that is, Kayla, I wasn't a man until I was about 30, probably about 30 years old. I was an adult, but I wasn't a man. And to be honest, you know, and what I mean by that is I was not doing things that my definition of a man should do. You know what I mean? I was not being what I thought, what my definition of a man should be. You know what I mean? Which is why I never really wanted to have sons And I thank God for blessing me with my daughters. You know what I mean? Because my daughters, my daughters just made me more of a protector, more of a provider, those things like that. But those are not things that makes you a man. You know what I mean? What makes you a man, my daughters, they get to see me do the things that I would want them to see their men do. You know what I mean? So they get to see me love their moms. They get to see me provide for their moms. They get to see me cherish their mom, all this, that, and the third. But, yeah, it looks good in front of them. But when mom's not around no more, I'm with somebody else's mom. Or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. And that's not man-like behavior.
Yeah.
Man-like behavior is still upholding your integrity regardless of whether somebody sees it or not. Man-like behavior is owning up to when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Man-like behavior is not feeling the need to always be right, but feel the need to always be together. You know what I mean? A lot of arguments and things in a relationship and breakups occur when both parties just have to be right. I want you to understand what I'm saying is right, and this person wants you to understand what they're saying is right, and nobody wants to accept the fact that right don't make you together.
Yeah.
So got to come together.
She was talking to James about his question. Yeah, but he answered her question for her.
What was the question? Let me get in on this. Don't be having no side conversations.
Well, I mean, you. So, but anyway, so Lamar. Hey, Lamar.
What's up, Pastor Tinsley?
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. He said it was 31 for me, but my wife helped me to realize that I need to mature, not only mentally, but spiritually.
Man, come on here. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's good.
Beautiful couple, too, man. I love them. Love his wife. She got such a sweet spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carol,
she did that.
Yeah. Carol said, what about a 58-year-old boy?
I'm going to look into it, Kayla.
Huh?
She said he posted it, whatever it is she said. I'm about to look and see what he got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love you, Pastor Tinsley. Okay, y'all, I think we're going to do another topic. I think we're going to discuss our whole ordeal about the baby or the lack thereof. Back to the part about the whole man thing, too. I didn't want to have boys because I still had boyish ways. And I want to be able to look at my sons and say, don't do, and know that I'm not out here doing what I'm telling them not to do. You know what I mean? I don't know why I felt like it was, I guess I never felt like I had to tell my daughters not to do the things that I was doing. You know what I mean? Because the things that I was doing, girls should not be doing. And I don't think girls are thinking about doing. But for me, I just felt like I wanted to be able to look at my sons and say, hey, look, don't do that. And no, I'm not doing that. Hey, never put your hands on a woman. And no, I'm never putting my hands on a woman. Hey, always tell the truth to your woman. And no, I'm telling the truth to my woman. Always, put God first. And no, I'm putting God first. Always follow the voice of God. And no, I'm following. I wanted to be able to do that. And I couldn't say I was really doing that until, about 30-ish. You know what I mean? I thought I was doing it. I was doing something like it, but I wasn't doing it. You know what I mean? I was doing good things. I just wasn't doing God things. But we got to revisit that. And another thing, too, and I know y'all going to be like, wow, I know I told our oldest child together about the baby. A lot of these topics that we have on this show, we talk to our children about as well. You know what I mean? See, when you truly have changed and set free, now it's time for you to teach. When you truly have overcome, got delivered, then now it's time for you to talk about it, speak about it. Been healed, you know what I mean? You can talk about it and speak about it, you know what I mean? So for me, the opportunity to share that, with my daughter and let her know some of the things that men are capable of out here, you know what I mean? That was a refreshing thing, and if I wasn't a man, I would not have been able to do that, And Nika trying to plug up her laptop, like we getting ready to talk longer. But I'm trying to wrap this up. But since she went through all the trouble to go and get her charger, I'm going to let her finish what she started. Hey, Abby, how you doing?
Hey, thank y'all. Those of you that just joined us, hey, we were just about to wrap this up. We got to wrap this up. But hey, thank y'all so much, y'all. Listen, this is a very, very good topic, and a lot of us probably have never thought about it. What if this would have happened to us? How would I really handle if my significant other had a baby on me? It was a comment that James put in there about, life is good. You have no other signs of another family, and you're happy in love. Would you really leave?
No. Not at all. I didn't say. I said I would left early.
He was just saying.
He's just saying in general.
Right.
Oh, yeah, so that's what I said earlier. Yeah.
Would you really leave?
Yeah,
I guess if it's not affecting you, I guess that's what it is.
I said this. I said it earlier before you came on, bro. This is why it's important to get in here on time. But I said it earlier. If everything else is great, everything else is good, but you just had a bad moment, it would be crazy to leave. It would be crazy to throw away a lifetime of goodness, a lifetime of godness, just because you had one day in hell or one day in whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. And let me tell you guys, forever is not given to nobody.
Yeah.
Forever is not given to nobody. And if you commit it, if you sign up for that forever, you got to be committed to that forever, and you got to know that you have to work at it. You have to go after it. It's not going to be given to you. First of all, from the moment that you say I do, from the moment that you get together in your relationship, forever starts. But at the same time, from that very same moment, forever is being threatened.
Yeah.
So what you going to do? You going to keep
on
on regrouping and fighting, or you going to tuck tail and run?
I mean, it depends,
Some people, like my boy said in one of his songs, he said niggas talk that acting like they all bad, but when they hit the fan, they tuck tail and haul. But I can't say what he said, but yeah, don't talk the talk if you're not gonna walk the walk. Don't say for better or for worse, the sickness and health and blah 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 blah. Did we do that at our wedding? We did.
We did.
Nigga, I don't know. I don't know if I
play
said
the tape.
that.
Play the tape
I don't
back.
know if I
play the
said
tape
that.
Back. Play it
I don't know if I said that. But listen, we gonna play the tape. But one thing, I definitely want to play that tape because I really don't remember saying that. But y'all, I'm not joking on that one because I do know that I told my wife this is one thing that I promised her. I said, listen, and again, I know some of you heard the story before. And women, calm down. I didn't say this to give me an excuse to do what I wanted to do. I did this because, once again, I wanted my marriage to be built on the truth. I wanted her to have an opportunity to either stay because she knows the truth or leave because she knows the truth. At the time, I was very faithful. I was probably more faithful than her. But I told her, I said, the only thing that I can promise you, as far as before we got married, and, leading up to our marriage, listen, if you're marrying me because you believe that you're going to be the last person in the course of forever that I'm going to sleep with, then don't, because I can't promise you that. This is what I told her. I cannot promise you that. I said, but what I can promise you, that I will always tell you the truth. I can promise you that. I will always tell you the truth. And she said that was good enough for her. And then I turned around and then I told her, I don't need you to promise me that I will be the last person that you sleep with. But I want you to promise me that you would always tell me the truth. And then, of course, she promised me she'll tell me the truth. She promised me she ain't gonna never sleep with nobody else. She promised me that she gonna cook my dinner. She promised me that blah, 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 blah. Kept going on about all of these. It's too much to remember.
Well, say that. It was too much to remember, not blah, blah, blah.
Okay, it was too much.
Because it wasn't blah, blah, blah.
It wasn't, wow. It's like, nah. It was too much to remember. But the only thing that I needed to know and needed to hear from her in that time is that she would always tell me the truth. And she told me that she would always tell me the truth. But,
hey, y'all.
Radar ran. What up, day one? Yeah, but we know. But in closing, you want to say anything?
No, I want to thank all of you all for your
For
attentiveness,
watching,
the
yeah.
feedback, engaging in the conversations. I feel like this guy that has to spill over into more
It's more
more
topics,
intense.
right?
Yeah. Like we can do a spinoff from this topic.
Right,
You know,
right.
there's so many different ways we can go with this. So, but thank y'all so much for hanging out with us for
Thanks to the men for being in here. Clap it
little
up.
over an hour. Yeah.
We always have the women in here. Clap it up. Thanks for my brother returning to the show. JB, come on, clap it up.
Yay.
JB the icon. What's up? Yeah.
We
That was my
appreciate you
first
guys.
role model, guys. That
Yeah.
was my first role
Yeah.
model. First role
Yeah.
model.
Sometimes you gotta whoop him back
Nephew in here
and
late,
play.
but what up, Omar? What up, nephew? What
Hey,
up?
Omar, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all. Hey, listen, while y'all here, make sure you share. Don't be shy. Hey, look, we said last
Yes,
week
please share.
that anything that we're blessed with, we should be make ourselves obligated to share it with somebody else.
Right,
whether it be
right.
an encouraging word, whether it be whatever it is, if you've been blessed with it, it's
Right.
not ours to keep. Share
Right,
it with somebody else.
right.
So this episode of Till Death Do Us Part, if it has blessed you and if it open your eyes to anything, just share it.
Right.
Like it's not going to hurt, it's not going to cost you anything just to share it. And while you're sharing it, go to our YouTube page, y'all. We're live on YouTube right now, so go on our YouTube page and subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified when we go live. Not only on our YouTube Monday nights, but also when we go live on our events, when we go live on our retreats, all that stuff. We want to make sure that this community stays connected and that we stay involved with each other.
Yes,
we love y'all so much, and we appreciate your energy tonight and your feedback. And I'm continuing to talk. So David don't have a word; he can't get in. So
and it's power in numbers. I knew you was doing that, but I didn't want to say nothing. It's power in numbers, guys. So if you go and you share and you go on YouTube and people see that we're united and there's power in numbers and they see those numbers there, it would intrigue them even more to want to see, hey, let me see what's going on with that. So every share, every like, every subscription, it matters, guys. It matters.
Yes. Don't forget, go to our YouTube. Find us on YouTube, Till Death Do Us Part. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this content right here, this video, and also go to our website, www.tilldeathdoUspart.info. www.tilldeathdoUspart.info.
All right. And we also gonna put in the caption the YouTube link and the website. So you can just click on. Okay.
Yep, the baby's coming downstairs. All right, y'all.
Time to go.
Talk to y'all later.
We love you guys.
Bye.